Time for something magical. Let's get it going. We're gonna make it today. And I'll show you what I do. So first you want to take it out of the wrapper. I usually get it ready for the sink. And the thing that you want to do is you do want to keep the wrapper because that tells you the weight, or you can write it down somewhere and that'll help you with the cooking time. But with this turkey, we're going to go ahead and rinse it off and clean it up. We're also going to take the guts out of it. There's a lot of guts in this turkey that have to be removed. And so once I do the front, I remove the neck and I cut the little piece off. You also have to take out the little bag that contains all the giblets and the liver and all that stuff. So you should have an open hole for your turkey. Now I just use water and I rinse it really good, and then now it is ready to get seasoned. And then I'll create some more videos for you. So like and subscribe. Check out my Amazon kitchen store. It has lots of gadgets. So for the next step of the seasoning for the turkey skin, what I actually like to do is I like to start with like a half cup of flour. And what I've learned over the years is that when you are making your flour to throw on the bird, is you can coat the bird first. You rinse it, you can let it dry a little bit, but then you can put a little bit of olive oil on there. But when you make your mixture, I always double the spice load. So the main ingredients that I like to use is black pepper, and you can use 1 to 2 tablespoons. I use cayenne pepper to make it a little spicy kick, and then I use garlic, onion powder, paprika. I even use some lemon pepper, some rosemary sometimes, and I just keep doubling until there's actually more spices than mixture. So one of the first things that I do is I just like to coat the bird. I've already rinsed it, and I like to coat it with some olive oil before I put the seasoning on. And I'm just going to use this small pan because it actually does a really good job. Once you coat it with oil, then you can take your seasoning and pour it on. And you want the flour in there, but you want more seasoning than you do flour. And if you don't have a lot of seasoning on your bird, and I just tap it in lightly. If you don't have a lot of seasoning for your bird, you can always go back and add some on top and stuff too. But I like to even it out. And so that was the bottom, and I'm going to do the same to the top. I just put a little bit of olive oil. I'm going to rub it in, make sure everything is coated. And honestly, if you want to cut the calories on this, you don't even have to use olive oil. I just use it because it actually, to me, helps bind some of the spices in this a lot better. And then you just rinse and repeat. And you want to just put enough on here that it is covering every inch of the skin. And this is how you make a crispy turkey. And I'll show you the next step on how to put it in the oven and what temperature that I've had the best success at. And it's going to depend on everything. But you'll want to pat this down and make sure everything is smooth and you're good to go. So I added a little more seasoning in. For this next step, what you want to do is you want to cover the bird. I have pretty good luck with foil, and it's easy to remove. The other thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that you take a picture of your tag or write it down how much weight. So this one's just a little over 13 pounds. And normally I would put stuffing in here, but I'm not going to this year. But you can put stuffing in there if you want. Stovetop stuffing actually works pretty good. However, I don't actually like the taste of stuffing in there. But it's going to be ready. You preheat your oven and then you put it in there. And I did coat it a little more with some spices. I want it a little spicier this year. So we're going to go ahead and cover it, and then we're good to go. And I'll show you another gadget. This gadget is your best friend, and you can actually put it in the oven. So once your turkey is covered, you're going to want to cook it per pound at 325 degrees. So this is about a 13-pound turkey, and you can calculate the math from there. The most important thing is that what I've learned in the past is that if you do use a thermometer, you have to probably use it first, inject it into the thigh. The other thing is that most of the instructions are all the same for these birds, but this is the best way that I found cooking a turkey. And so you preheat your oven to 325, about 12 and a half minutes per pound, but always check it a half an hour before you think it's done. And it should be at 165 degrees when it's done, and you'll have a perfect turkey every single time. So with this little gadget right here, we're gonna go ahead and take it down to 165. Kind of got everything dirty, but that's okay. I inserted this into the drum. And we're gonna go ahead and start that. At 165, it'll beep at me. I got the top of the turkey foiled because you don't want to burn that and dry it out. That nobody likes dry turkey breasts. And we're gonna go ahead 325. What I calculated for this thing is that it will be 2 hours and 49 minutes. So we're gonna roughly check that about 2 hours and 19 minutes to see where it's at. But we got the meat thermometer, so it'll go off when it's ready. And one of the simplest things that you can do is you can actually base your turkey, and it actually does it so much good because it spreads the juices around, and it gives it that crust, that golden brown color that you want, and it just keeps it tender and juicy. So right now we have an internal temperature of 144. Different parts you want to check with a different thermometer, and I got a second one that I use for that. And according to my calculation, there's about 11 minutes left, but as you can see, we're a little bit farther away, so we're going to cook it for a little bit longer, and we're going to continue to test it. And she's done. Look how beautiful she looks. And we're just gonna let it cool a little bit. Perfect temperature of 165. I measured it throughout. Baste it a little more. And you can use this, the drippings, for gravy. It works out really well. And there you have it, folks. Perfect Thanksgiving turkey. It's going to be moist and crisp. Let's go ahead and get a bite. And look at that. Look how moist that is. Let's get that bite. Oh, wow. Mmm.